Alright, you nutcases clicking on this video. Right, we're going to get into something real quick. Because I wanted to make this video about numerology, astrology, and how to collect the proper cards in Pokemon where you don't get rogered. Now, what I mean is... what I mean is behind this, right? So listen. There was a woman that was streaming and she got shot, right? And she had a fluffy toy, right? So the fluffy toy represents a pig and she is a snake, yeah? So the snake and the pig are enemy signs. Now, how does this intertwine into Pokemon, right? Let's take Bellibolt, right? So Bellibolt was shown to the public on a teaser that, you know, with Iona, that this was shown in 2022, right? So this technically is a tiger Pokemon, yeah? Because it came out in the tiger year. Let's say Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is born 1986, the year of the tiger. So maybe he would like this Pokemon because it was released or, you know, shown to the public in a tiger year. Its official release date was 2023, the year of the rabbit, right? So, what I want to explain is, because let's say, for example, in 2020, that was a rat year. Now, the Pokemon products that came out in the rat year was Darkness Ablaze, you know, Sword and Shield Base, I think it was. And there was a few more. I think like maybe Rebel was released then. And there was, you know, was there something else? And Champion's Path, right? So Champion's Path was real bad. Like, for anyone that... the energy that happens around these Pokemon, right? So, for example, if you go onto an AI app and ask an AI app, let's say, for example, 2022. Let's say you're watching this channel and you're born in 1998, right? So 1998 is the year of the tiger. So obviously, you know, Bellibolt might be a Pokemon that you like, right, for example. Or Pikachu was like 1998, right? So Pikachu was 1998 as well. So technically like a tiger Pokemon, right? So you collect Pokemon that are in the tiger energy. Now you don't want to collect a Pokemon that was that came out in 2004, right? 2004 was, you know, a monkey year, yeah? So a monkey and a tiger are enemy signs. So for example, in 2022, the tiger year, if you have, let's say, a Silver Tempest booster box, right? You know, that came out in 2022. Astral Radiance, I don't know, let's say you got an Astral Radiance, let's see a specific card. Right, trying to think. Right, so let's say, I don't know, let's say there's a Victini, right? Because Victini was released in 2010, which is another year of the tiger, right? So if you go on the AI apps and you can mess around typing in like, when was this Pokemon set released, right? So for example, you know, I chose the tiger out of everything because, you know, it's easy, right? So like, for example, let's say the year of the snake, right? If you're born 2001, but you're born February, right, 2001, you will be a snake, yeah? Or 1989, right? So 1989 is also a snake year. So you want to collect Pokemon that came out in the snake year. So for example, Charizard has a numerology code of 3, yeah? Right, so numerology as well, yeah, ties into Pokemon and how you should collect the cards. So say, for example, my mate, I told him about it and he went onto the AI app and he was asking questions. And he was going, what Pokemon does he like, right? And he likes, for example, Blastoise, right? So Blastoise became the numerology code that, you know, that he likes, and he likes Squirtle and Blastoise, and that's basically within his energy, within his friendly energy, yeah? And then with his, like, date of birth, you know, what year he's born, everyone's got, like, a specific number that's tied to them, right? Like, you know, being a 3. Like I'm a 3. Communication, right? You know, and then yellow. Like yellow is lucky for me, yeah? So, you know, Pikachu, yeah? If I wear yellow, yellow is lucky for me. So, you know, a yellow Pokemon, yeah? And red. Red's a lucky colour for me, yeah? That's, you know, that's why I like Pikachu cards, right? So it explains why you like specific Pokemon, yeah? So, if, for example, let's say we pull up the app, right? Let's say we pull up Grok real quick. Let's pull up Grok, right? Because Grok's pretty good at this one, right? We're going to do this for a video. So you don't collect enemy cards as well, because, you know, I'm going to tell you a story, right? So when I had this rat, so the rat is the enemy side of me, right? And I had this fluffy rat. I brought this fluffy rat for someone as a gift for their cat, right? So that the cat could basically like attack it, as in, you know, because they kill like little mammals and stuff, right? So when this thing was in my house, like, shit was going, like, I don't know, bad. Like, oh, it was fucking mayhem, yeah? Fucking mayhem. I wouldn't sell anything. I was like, what's wrong with my eBay? Like, I don't sell anything. Like, this was insane. Like, and I really, like, for 6 weeks, 7, 8 weeks, I couldn't put my finger on it. Until I got rid of it. When I got rid of it, oh, mate, it was bam, 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 bam. Everything was wild. Everything was starting to come back right. Everything was, you know, sales were coming back. As soon as it left the house. As soon as it left the house, this shit was going crazy, right? So if you're born, like, in a tiger year, get yourself a cuddly tiger, right? If you're born in a snake year, get yourself a snake, right? A snake toy. You know, if you're born in, you know, I would say 1995, you get a pig toy, but right this year don't do it because we're in a snake year. Next year's the horse year, right? So, you know, let's say what else is the rooster. So if you're a rooster, don't own a cat, or don't collect any Pokemon, yeah, that were founded in a cat year, right? Like, you know, 1999. It's enemy year. It's an enemy year for you, right? So I don't think many cats would like Pokemon. And, you know, a rooster is a cat as an enemy, right? So it's fucking insane, right? For anyone who thinks this is bullshit, listen. Go watch and research, like, about it. And I swear to God, you'll be, it'll be insane, right? So, we're going to go to Grok, right? I'm going to ask, wait, I'm going to get it up on the, I downloaded the app proper, right? Alright, okay, let's do this. So, 1 minute. Right, let's type in, yeah? So I'm going to type in ask anything, yeah? I'm going to type in what Pokemon was released in 2001. Right, so 2001, it says, in 2001, no new Pokemon species was introduced. So this is a snake year. Right, so I'm going to say, right, so let's say what Pokemon was released, yeah, in 2013. We're picking the snake cards now. Right. So here's some information. In 2013, Pokemon X and Y was released in October 12th. So this is a snake year. So these are the Pokemon that came out, right? Chespin, Fennekin, Froakie, Xerneas, Yveltal, Zygarde. Other noticeable Pokemon, which is Sylveon, Greninja, Aegislash, Tyrantum, Aurorus, Alucha, and Denenic. These games also introduced Mega Evolutions, right? So basically, if you're in 2013, these are the Pokemon that you would collect if you was born in a snake year, right? So let's say example, yeah? What Pokemon was released, yeah? Was released in 2010, yeah? Right, let's see if it brings up Victini, right? Because Victini was also released then as well. So 2010, right? You got Snivy, Tepig. Now, don't buy anything that's represents a pig, because we're in a snake year. You're going to get fucked if you do, yeah? Oshawott. Legendaries. Reshiram, Zekrom, Kyurem, Zoroark, Zoroark, Hydreigon, Volcano, Chandelier, Hoxorus. I think that's like a dragon kind of Pokemon, and then Sumaron. So let's say Victini, yeah? Right, let's type in this. Victini was introduced in 2010. Because it was, right? I'm just going to show you now. Right? You're correct, and thanks for the clarification. Victini, the victory Pokemon, was indeed introduced in 2010, part of the Generation V Pokemon Black in September 2010, making this a Tiger Pokemon. Yeah? So this is what I mean about, this is what you should collect if you're like a tiger, right? So, you know, if anyone thinks that, like, yo, I gotta show you now, right? So I'm gonna type you in now. I'm gonna type in Belly Bolt, yeah? Belly Bolt. Alright, just a message there. Belly Bolt was shown to the public in 2022. Yeah? Right? And then here, yeah, it will say, you're right. Belly Bolt, the electric Pokemon, resembles a frog, was revealed to the public in October 14th, 2022. Now, the 14th is actually a horse, you know, it symbols a horse date. And then 2022 via Scarlet and Violet Tralla with, you know, Belly Bolt evolves from Tadbolt, which exposed to the Thunderstone, right? It was also other Pokemon from 2022, right? So let's say, for example, yeah, you type in this, what Pokemon, right, what Pokemon sets was released, yeah, in 2022, yeah? No, not, yeah, 2022. So you got Silver Tempest, Astral Radiance, you know, there's two more, right? So, alright, so you got Sword and Shield Brilliant Stars, yeah? This was released in the Tiger year, right? And then you've got Astral Radiance, which, you know, came out in the Tiger year. You got Lost Origin, which came out in the Tiger year. Silver Tempest, which is a Tiger year. And also, Pokemon Go was released July 2022. Right? Trick and Trade Boosters 2022. McDonald's Collection 2022. You know, Battle Academy was also released in 2022. I did really well off this. I did really well off Battle Academy boxes. Right? So then ER, you got Premium Collection Tins. So Lucaria V-Star Premium Collection 2022. V Hero Tins were April 22. That's a Master Builder Day, yeah? 2022, yeah? Pokeball Tins May 6, 2022. That's going to be, you know, that's a Home and Family Day, yeah? Arceus V-Star Collection 2022. Hidden, you know, yeah, I was saying 2022 all the time, right? ER. Sword and Shield Ultra Premium Collection Charizard. Now, this is a big one because this was released in the 28th of 2022, right? So, you know, on the anything released on the 28th always represents wealth, right? So, you know, 28th, let's say, the collection Charizard, right, which basically the set, you know, look how much that went up, right? That went up a massive amount of money, right? Hussein Electrode Box, I bought that in 22. Collector Chest. There's so many, yeah? And this is why it's so sick. If you're looking for specific cards, products, or details, chase cards, set cards, Belly Bolt's TCG appearance, and it can dive in deeper, right? And this is why, like, literally, yeah, you should only collect the cards that are friendly for your energy. So if there's a card that came out in your enemy energy, yeah, like the Year of the Monkey, right? So let's say, so we looked up the Tiger cards, right? So the Year of the Monkey, what year was the Year of the Monkey? 1980, right? So 1992, 2004. What Pokemon was released? Was released in 2004. Right, so let's say this one, right? Let's see if there's any Pokemon that you don't like. Right, so Hidden Legends, Fire Leaf Green, X Team Rocket Returns, EX Deoxys, right? Pokemon EX Trainer Kit, Pop Series 1. So you wouldn't collect any, if you're a monkey, don't collect any cards from Pop Series 1, right? Because it's in your enemy energy, yeah? So, you know, so 2016, yeah? So what Pokemon sets, yeah, was released? Oh yeah, 2016 was fucking Evolutions. So you wouldn't collect Evolutions if you was a monkey either, right? Yeah, so you got XY breakthrough, XY breakpoint, XY fates collide, XY steam siege, sun and moon base set, XY generations, mythical Pokemon, you know, Pikachu EX legendary collection, red and blue, McDonald's collection. Right, evolutions. When was evolutions released? Right, so evolutions. When was evolutions? Pokemon released. Do you know what? I'm not even looking at the keys while typing. Yeah, I'm literally got my eyes on the fucking screen here, innit? Yeah. Right, so the Pokemon X and Y set was released November 2, 2016. Exactly. You see what I mean? So, you know, Grok sometimes don't always tell you what everything was released, but, you know, collect on astrology, yeah, and you'll go for. Right? This is what I'm, something that I'm changing as well. I will be getting rid of cards that are not in my friendly trine. Right? So, imagine that, like, what? Belly bowl! Belly bounce! Boom on the camera.